Aloha! Today, we're going to dive into a important yet often neglected part of rainwater catchment life. That's the monthly catchment tank checkup. Whether you're saving rainwater or preparing for the apocalypse, your water tank needs love too. Now let's go get that water clear, or at least clear enough so when we look inside, we don't get a little queasy. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Checking in on your water tank is like checking in on your houseplants. If you neglect it, something's going to go wrong. So here's a quick list of things to check on every month so you can make sure that nothing happens. First things first, of course, check on the water quality. If your water looks like pond scum, then you may want to do something about it. First thing we can do is get our pool skimmer and skim off any debris that may be floating on the surface, especially if you see something like a rat or slugs. We could also see if there's any mosquito larvae popping up in there. Those little freeloaders love water tanks. And if the water looks especially dirty, you may want to think about calling a professional to get it cleaned. Second, go ahead and inspect the tank. Give your tank a little knock. Does it sound hollow? That might mean you're out of water. Or maybe you have a leak somewhere. Maybe you got a spot that's rusting out, or if you got a poly tank, you got a piercing or a puka somewhere in there, and you're creating your own private swamp. Nobody wants to be that neighbor who's running a mosquito breeding ground for the entire neighborhood. And be sure to make sure water's actually getting in the tank and able to get out. So check out your inlet pipes and your outlet pipes and make sure they're free and clear of any debris. After all, we're trying to catch water, not repel it, right? Go ahead and give your filter system a check to make sure that they're not clogged up with all sorts of gunk. You want to make sure that water's flowing. And right here is usually the choke point that creates a lot of problems for most off-grid water systems. And now let's go over a few things you should absolutely not do on a monthly tank inspection. For example, you want to make sure you don't forget to include some sort of cover on your water tank. Without a cover, you're going to get all sorts of weird things in there. Before you know it, you're going to be drinking nature's organic leaf blend, and that's not what you want. You want clean water. So make sure that you have a lid on your water tank. And if you have a first flush diverter, this would be a great time to inspect it as well. A lot of homeowners forget to turn that little valve on the bottom and empty it out so that the next rain can fill it up and clean off the roof again. Yes, rainwater is fresh, but it isn't Avion. If your water smells bad, it's probably time to get it cleaned. Trust your nose and resist the urge to DIY. It's just not worth it. Now, once you're done doing the overall inspection of your tank, cleaning out the filters, skimming the surface for debris, all that other stuff, you can condition the water at this time. And there's different schools of thought. Some people add bleach in order to shock the water, kill mosquitoes, and get rid of any pathogens and germs. Others believe that the water will equalize and create an ecosystem that balances itself out, where you don't need to include chemicals like bleach. Either way, rainwater is kind of acidic, and so the addition of baking soda is very helpful to lessen the acidity of the water. And with both products, you want to use about a half a cup per 5 gallons. And so I have a 3,000 gallon water tank, and it's recommended that I use 10 cups of bleach and 10 cups of baking soda. For me, I only use the bleach when necessary. Right now, my water looks pretty good. There's some debris at the bottom, but I don't see any mosquito larvae, and the water quality is pretty clear. So I'm going to leave it the way it is, not use any bleach, and see how it goes. But I'll go ahead and add some baking soda to make sure that that gets the acidity down a little bit. So once again, all you need is a pool net, some pantyhose, some bleach if you're into that stuff, baking soda to make sure that water is conditioned nicely, and these things right here, a good set of eyeballs to inspect your tank to see if the water is dirty, and maybe your nose to smell if it stinks. There you have it, folks. Your water tank doesn't have to be a nasty mess. Just a quick monthly checkup, and you can make sure that you got clean drinking water and a tank that lasts you almost a lifetime. Mine here, over 23 years old, whereas most water tanks like this only last about 10 years. So do yourself a favor, give your tank some love. And if you don't have the time to do it yourself, you can hire me. I just started a new catchment cleaning company here in East Hawaii, and I'm ready to serve all of you folks for your rainwater catchment needs. I got affordable rates for a basic cleaning. I got a deluxe cleaning package. I can help you install first flush diverters or a floating outlet valve, or I can help troubleshoot your pumps and pressure tanks. Whatever your catchment system needs, I'm your man. So if you want to learn more and schedule a service, go ahead and check out my website at cleanyourtankshi.com. Cleanyourtankshi.com. And you can book me for a service right there online. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to clean your tanks. Aloha.